Hey there, if you're new to the channel and you want to learn everything there is to know about living in Smyrna Beach, Florida and surrounding areas like Ormond Beach, then you've come to the right place. My name is Matt Ecoff. I'm a local real estate expert. I'm here with my beautiful wife, Rachel Ecoff. We're here to share everything from the best neighborhoods to the hottest spots around town. Listen, we get phone calls, emails, text messages, Zoom invites every day from people just like you wanting to move to the beach. And when I say that, I am serious. We get phone calls, emails, text messages, Zoom invites every single day from people just like you wanting to move to the beach. So whether that be 2 days, 20 days, or 200 days, please don't hesitate to reach out. We'd love to help you move to the beach. Make sure that you hit the like button and subscribe to get all the updates and notifications about New Smyrna Beach, Ormond Beach, Daytona Beach, Port Orange, Ponce Inlet, Edgewater, and surrounding areas. All right, so today we're in Ormond Beach, Florida, known as the birthplace of speed. We'll get into some of that stuff a little bit later. They've been doing trial runs, and this is really where car racing began. I know let's talk about geography just for a second. We are probably 5 to 10 miles away from Daytona Beach, so we're north of Daytona. We're probably 30 to 40 minutes north of New Smyrna Beach, depending on what route you take, US 1 or I-95. We are on the beautiful Halifax River, which is also the Intracoastal Waterway. We got the nice big bridge in the back. We're on beachside right now. Mainland is over here. We're in an area right now that is known for festivals, art festivals. There's a banner up there right now. It's a concert series that's going up. Rachel just reminded me. We have the Rockefeller house back here. He used to come in and invite Henry Ford, and they would do some testing with some cars. They actually broke a record, or set a record, let's say, not broke a record. In 1907, they got a motorcycle to go 136 miles an hour on the beach in Ormond Beach, which was where the racing started because it has a lot of compacted sand. So we're in this great big outdoor space. There are classic homes, huge mansion homes up and down this road. On the other side, we got a beautiful building, and behind us, this place is awesome. Ormond Beach it's only 39 square miles. It's very small. It's split between mainland and beachside New Smyrna. We're just going to kind of tour today, and we're just going to kind of discover it together and see what you guys think. The average age here is 57 years old. So the average home here sells for around $420,000. Now that is single family home and that's condo. This is a lot of single family home and condo. So it's a mix of both of those. So $420,000 average home, sits on the market for not very long. From listing date to closing date is around 70 days. So pretty quickly. So you figure with a 30-day close, we're averaging about 45 to 50 days on market. So pretty active real estate market here. I will tell you a fun fact about Ormond Beach. 18% of the population in Ormond Beach live on the water, whether that be over here on the Halifax in the Intracoastal, along the lines here, or along the lines here, or on our ocean side, which is right behind us. We're just about a mile away from the ocean. So 18% of the population live on water, which is pretty freaking awesome. You can find some smoking deals here. This is an off the map place, so unless you live in the areas that we cover, Edgewater, Port Orange, Ponce Inlet, New Smyrna Beach, Daytona Beach, you probably don't know about Ormond Beach. It is definitely a great place to live. So let's have fun and let's get started.
Okay, so we're at Rockefeller Park in Ormond Beach. This park was part of their property, and it has since been taken by the city. They use it for festivals, like Matt said earlier, they're doing a free concert series out here. And behind me is the Rockefeller house. It was their winter home, which is now turned to a museum. And some notable people that came and visited him during that time was Will Rogers, Henry Ford, birthplace of speed, and also Henry VIII. All right, so like we were saying, this was the Rockefeller's winter home, and he had several people come and visit him here, but like, look at this property. Imagine living here on the water. Now, like I said, all of this was donated to the city of Ormond, but it's now a museum, so you could definitely come and check this out. This is a really cool thing to do in Ormond Beach. Ormond Beach has a lot of little boutique style restaurants. There's not a bunch of chain style restaurants over here, really similar to New Smyrna Beach. And we're really, really close to the water anywhere you want to be here in Ormond Beach. So you've got mainland has waterfront property. You've got beachside that has waterfront property, and it's really accessible for people who like boating and just having the beach lifestyle. But because Ormond Beach is historical for things like racing, and we have museums and also like antique stores, things like this, it is kind of a cool, fun spot just to come check out for the surrounding areas or to live here. It's a lot more slower paced, I would say, than some of your surrounding cities. So like Daytona, for instance, Daytona's got a ton of nightlife. It's got a lot of events all the time. It's a bigger hustle and bustle type area. Ormond is a little more laid back. It's a little more quiet. It's got low crime over in Ormond. It's got a good school district, which we can hit on in a little bit, but it's a little bit slower paced over in Ormond and quiet. And I think that's a lot of the draw for families and people who are retiring, that you're so close enough to go do all of the activities that you want to do around Central Florida, but that you have a place that you come back to that's a little more relaxed and laid back than the rest of the towns.
Okay, so I said I was going to show you some of the areas of Ormond Beach and do a big helicopter viewpoint from it. So, because this is not a neighborhood tour video, or this is just a Discovery Ormond Beach video. Rachel and I, as we were driving around Ormond Beach, we did decide that we're going to definitely do a pros and cons video there, and we're definitely going to do a top 5 neighborhoods, because there are so many great neighborhoods in Ormond Beach to live in, but they're still a lower average price point. But as I mentioned earlier, there's 18% of the homes are on the water in Ormond, so you have a lot of different options there. But I want to kind of just do a quick overview. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so here I just did a Google search of Ormond Beach. I'm going to open this up and I'm going to show you just a big overall view. So today we started right around this A or C on the Ormond Beach part. So we were right here at the edge on beach side. This is where John Rockefeller's house was, just right where my finger is pointing on this screen here. So actually, you know what? Let's do this to make it easier. Let's draw on the page. All right, so we were right here in the garden where we started this video. This is where John Rockefeller's house was, where he had all the stuff on the Halifax River. So this area is gorgeous. There's Oceanside Country Club right here, all in this area right here, which is super nice area. Tons of beautiful, beautiful homes along the ocean right here. Also, tons of beautiful and historic homes right along the Halifax right here. Now, these homes can be brand spanking new, or they can be really, really, really old. So there's kind of both of that mix. There's redevelopment and there's still some old charm. And then we have some of our big neighborhoods. We have some of our top neighborhoods, like Hideaway Trails is on the west side of 95. We have Plantation Bay, which is gargantuan and runs all of like right here. Tons and tons of home, gated communities, subdevelopments, tennis, golf, pickleball, anything and everything you want. Country club style living for sure. And then we have some of our newer homes, our Meritage homes here, like Ridge Haven area. We have the Trails, which is huge. And we have trails down here also. There's 2 different kind of trails here. Tons of golf communities, things like that. Now, I will say that most of your action is probably right here and right here on these sides of the streets. This is where most of your shopping is, your coffee shops, your spas, your salons, bunch of restaurants, bunch of bars, things like that. It's not as walkable, say, as the boardwalk at Daytona Beach. It's nicer than the boardwalk at Daytona Beach, but it's not as walkable. It's not nearly as walkable as Canal Street or Flagler Avenue and New Smyrna Beach, because there's some busy traffic there. And I will say that probably the number one con for me of Ormond Beach is there's not a lot of roads. When you're hitting traffic, you're going to hit traffic pretty much anywhere right here from US 1 all the way to South Atlantic Avenue. It's pretty crappy. It's only a 4-lane road and there's a lot of lights there. But again, some gorgeous homes. Now, I mentioned also that you can get to Ormond from plethora of ways. I don't know if I said that the right way, and nevertheless, there's a lot of different ways to get to Ormond from areas south and areas north. Now, if you go north of Ormond, you go up here, you're going to get to Flagler Beach in this direction here. Then if you go down, you can already see Daytona is not far at all. And then go south of that, you're going to go to Port Orange, you're going to go to Ponce Inlet, and you're going to go to New Smyrna Beach. You're probably about 40 minutes from New Smyrna Beach. Even if you jump on US 1, that's probably to New Smyrna or Daytona. That's probably your quickest way. You can take South Atlantic Avenue or A1A. That's going to take you all the way down. It'll take you down to Ponce Inlet, but it won't take you to New Smyrna because we have the inlet there. So you won't be able to get to New Smyrna that way. But anyway, wanted to go over just real quick, kind of talk about some of the things. Let me get out of here real fast. and go down into here. So we have a small airport here in the middle. Again, we have a breakaway trails, which is one of our biggest, nicest developments. We have the trails right here and Tomoka Oaks Country Club, which is really, really great also. Also up into this area, we have Halifax, which is a great, Halifax Plantation is a great country club community, a little bit older. These country club communities, the houses are going to range from the 550,000s up to 2-3 million. So there's a lot there. But again, the average house in Ormond Beach is under 450,000. So there's still, you get a lot of bang for your buck. When you're closer on beach side, when you're closer to the ocean, then the more you're going to be paying for the money. But again, just an overall viewpoint of Ormond Beach. It is a great, great, great city. For sure, if you don't live in the area, you probably have never heard of it before. Unless somebody that you know lives here, you have a friend here, or you just happen to throw something to the map and say, hey, wherever it sticks, that's where I'm going to end up going. You probably don't know about Ormond Beach. More people piggyback off of Daytona to go there. And even though Ormond is a little bit larger than New Smyrna, I would say New Smyrna is probably bigger on the map than Ormond is, because New Smyrna is taking people from Orlando. They call it Central Florida's playground. So if you're looking at New Smyrna, which is again a little bit farther away, here's Smyrna Dunes and here's Ormond. So actually I got to scan out just a little bit more. Here's your Ormond Beach, here's your New Smyrna. Now, because you're here in New Smyrna, you are a lot quicker by going to 44 and taking I-4 to get to Orlando than you are Ormond Beach. You're not really Ormond Beach. You're probably coming over from the West Coast, probably from Ocala or the Villages or something like that. But again, it's a big area. On the map, it looks like it's only 39 square miles, but it is a rare gem for sure, and off the beaten path. So again, like I said, we're going to do a little bit more in Ormond. I love Ormond. I think there's some great stuff there. Listen, if John Rockefeller can live there, if Thomas Edison can visit, if Henry VIII can visit, then it's a good enough place for you to live. I promise you, it's awesome. There's tons and tons and tons of options, no matter what your budget is. So whether your budget's $250,000 all the way up to probably, honestly, upwards of $10 million, there you have the mix in Ormond Beach. So anyway, just want to do a quick overview there. Now I'm going to switch real fast if I can. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and then I'm going to go into sharing because I want to look at some of the houses itself. All right, so now I'm sharing the screen on recently sold properties. So this is MLS. I've talked about this before, multiple listing services. We use seller MLS in this area. So I want to kind of just come down and just real high level look at some of the houses. So 55 houses in this area, and I'm just going to randomly pick. I have no idea what's what. This is probably in the breakaway. So I'm just going to click $699. Let's see what we get for this. Let's go to the listing. Come into here. So we have a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, $699,000 home on the market for 47 days, which is about average in Ormond Beach. 2,600 square feet, flood zone X, which is what we like. And let's go and let's just look at some of the pictures real quick. Really nice Florida style home, a lot of landscaping, mature development with all the trees. Nice, really, I'm going to show you something real quick. Pavers are super expensive because they're soil shifting a lot in Florida because we're a beach town. Driveways tend to crack a little bit more, so pavers is definitely the way to go if you can do it, but it is very, very expensive. So expensive pavers, nice St. Augustine, thick grass, nice palm trees here. Again, just real high level, $699,000. We'll check if there's HOA here in just a second. A lot of windows. It looks like a 90s home to me, but hard floors with tile. Not sure if this is virtual furnishings or not. Probably not. I'm not sure if it comes furnished or not either. Big open kitchen area. Lots of windows, though, as you can see. Lots of windows in Florida. We want that for sure. Again, just going real fast just to kind of see what we have. Good sized primary bedroom. Really nice sized primary bath. See if we have anything outdoor that they want to show us. Big garage. Okay, and we got a pool. So we can get a pool home. Let's look if we're HOA or not. HOA assessments is $1,660. Association fees a year, so $138 a month in HOAs. 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2,602 square feet, 1998 home, pool home for $699,000. People think all the time that there's no way that they can move to Florida, that this is a pipe dream and it's just a dream. I actually had some people here from Salt Lake City not that long ago and said, we never thought in a million years we'd be able to come down here and live here and find something affordable. And sure enough, they found something in Spruce Creek, which is in Port Orange in the fly-in community, and we're under contract right now. They came down for a discovery trip, and within 3 days, we're under contract on a home. And it was awesome, and they just don't realize how much you can get for the amount of money that you spend. Because like I said, people just, they have no idea. All right, so let's go back out real quick and let's go back to our map and let's look in just a different area. So let's come down and look by where we were at. So, all right, we're just gonna, first one I clicked on, this is on Riverside Drive. So this one will be on the water and it is for 1.7 million, 132 days on the market, 1969 home, 4-bedroom, 4-bath at 2,428 square foot. No HOAs and in flood zone X, which we like. Okay, renovated home because it was said it was a 1960 something, so it's definitely renovated. But check that out. That's pretty freaking awesome. With pavers again and on the water. Gotta love this. This was right in the area. We probably passed this house on our drive when we left John Rockefeller's winter home. So, I mean, this is a completely updated home. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but I mean, you can tell this is really, really renovated. And 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 2,428 square feet. No HOAs in flood zone X on the water, on the Intracoastal for $1.7 million. That $1.7 million is a lot of money, but to get that much house on that much property on the water, let's just look at the property size real quick. So 0.3 acres on the Halifax River, which is also the Intracoastal. It says it right here. Yes, Intracoastal Waterway. That's a lot of house for not as much money as a lot of people would think. All right, let's look and let's just find one more. I'm going to go over here and look. Okay, let's look at this bag. Let's look at this Baghdad Ocean. So this one's on the ocean. Again, we're higher. We are a 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath, $3 million, let's call it. We're $10 away from $3 million. Time on market, 408 days. We talked about a buyer's market recently. We're in July of 2025, and it is a buyer's market right now. Maybe that will change. This thing has been on the market for over 1 year. It's a $3 million home, so there's not nearly as many buyers for $3 million homes, but it is flood zone X right here, which we love. It's 5,000 square foot home, so it's a big boy. 5 bedrooms, 3.5 bath, no HOA fees. And let's just see some of the things this has to offer. Well, number one thing is right here. And actually, we did drive by this house today as well, right before we went to the beach. Beautiful home. Very contemporary. Love the blue. On the ocean. Landscaping's nice, minimal. Got a little great courtyard area here. Love the blue doors. And man, oh man, oh man. You can't beat that. You cannot beat that. Open floor plan. And look at this mid-century modern like drop down. This is so nice. Goodness gracious. Look at this house. Now, again, the price point, it's a beautiful home, but it's a price point of $3 million. And this is not a season of selling for sure. I mean, we're in 2025 and it is a buyer's market right now for sure. But man, oh man, this house is awesome. I'm just going to go through real fast. Lot to see. Whew. Lots of, this is Rachel's favorite style of bathroom right here. Huge primary. Love this. Oh my gosh, I love this. Even the bathroom. I know women love natural light when they're doing their makeup. And how about the natural light from the ocean? That's pretty spectacular. So let's look here real quick. 1966 home, so completely renovated, obviously 1966, but I mean, $3 million bucks. Yes, it's a lot of money, but look what you get. Look at everything you get. If this house was in Miami or Fort Lauderdale, this would easily be a $7, $8, $9 million home. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But we're in Ormond Beach, what people don't know about, and we're still close to the attractions. We're still close to St. Augustine. I mean, we're still close to everything, and we have just as good of water as Miami and Fort Lauderdale. And so it's a really, really great opportunity. I know I said I was going to look at just one more and that was going to be the last one, but I don't want to just focus on the multi-million. So let's go and look at, all right, here, 330,000. Let's see what we have here. 330,000, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 182 days on market, so 6 months, 1978, 330,000, 1,700 square feet, and monthly HOAs of 160 bucks a month. So, and it's a townhome, it says. So let's go in real fast and just see what this townhome looks like, because this was the same prices out of the, I think the HOAs are the same as the first house that we looked at, but that first house was 600 something thousand. Still nice. Coquina, love that. Nice courtyard. 1,700 square foot is no joke either. That's a good amount of space. So I'm not going to go through this whole thing. I wanted to just show a generalization because we are a real estate channel. What does real estate look like in Ormond Beach? And again, we're going to do a top 5 neighborhoods tour of Ormond Beach. And I think that'd be helpful as well. And then we'll zone in on some of these prices as well. But just wanted to do, again, a big overview of Ormond Beach. And so I hope this was helpful.
Alright, so we're gonna go step inside Ormond Garage, which is it's kind of like a burger bistro place that also, it's like a craft brewery place as well. And it's fun because this is a really historic building in Ormond, and it's showcased. It's one of the original garages and places for the race car drivers, the people that were here originally building cars and racing them on the beach. So this is a fun little spot. And we're also on Granada, which is an old street in Ormond. It's kind of like similar to a main street. It's kind of similar to Canal Street over in New Smyrna Beach. It's got shopping, it's got restaurants, and just fun little places to hit for Ormond Beach.
All right, so we're sitting here at the garage, which is its own brewery.
And it was really a garage.
Yeah, it really was a garage. We don't drink beer, so I don't know. I can't give it a taste test and tell you. I could, but they would all be disgusting to me. They do have some pretty big containers. Looks like they make their beer in-house, which is pretty cool, but it's a cool place. I mean, it's really cool. You can tell it was a garage. I mean, the exposed, you can even see some of the older cars up here. They got some cars back here. I mean, it's a really cool place. This is on the mainland of Ormond Beach, not on beachside, so we're literally right next to the bridge on beachside. So let's talk about a couple things with Ormond Beach. Let's talk about first its location. So we're north of Daytona Beach. We're north of New Smyrna Beach, north of Ponce Inlet, this is as far north as we really pretty much go. We're about 15 miles away from Flagler Beach, and there is pretty much nothing from Ormond Beach to Flagler. I mean, it's just trees. There's not very much at all. We have St. Augustine, which is north of us, about 35 miles, and then Jacksonville is probably about an hour north of us. So to get into Ormond Beach, you can take on 95, and if you're coming from anywhere that we do videos, Edgewater, Port Orange, Ponce Inlet, New Smyrna, Daytona, you can take a plethora of ways. You can get in by 95, you can come in by US 1, and even if you're coming in from Edgewater or New Smyrna, you can take US 1 to Dunlawton Bridge and then come down and take A1A all the way down. So a lot of different ways to get in here. I will say though that the traffic is not great in Ormond Beach because there's just not a lot of roads in and out. So everything is one area. But this is a great beach town. Listen, if John Rockefeller can have a vacation home here or a winter home here, you can have a home here, okay? It's not too good for you. They said that Henry Ford used to come here and Henry VIII came here. I saw Thomas Edison used to be a frequent visitor, so that's some pretty awesome history. And some of those houses on the water are just absolutely ridiculous. Some of the ones that are really old and then some of the ones that are being torn down completely. I even saw a vacant lot that they're going to be building on, and some of the ones that are brand new. Really, really great houses.
And Ormond is an old beach town, but it still has a lot of newer things that are here, like as far as shopping. It's accessible to
the Publix, the CVS. I mean, there's a ton of shopping plaza, and then you have coffee shops and museum and art centers and places to get massages and things like that.
Tons of things to do. It's not like a big nightlife town.
Yeah, if nightlife is for you, Ormond Beach is probably not for you. And there's a lot of restaurants and boutiques and stuff like that, and I'm sure it's very social. I'm sure the people that have lived in Ormond lived here for a long time. I played a lot of tennis at Oceanside Country Club, and I know that country club specifically very social friendly because I know a lot of the same people. We were playing against them for a long time. A lot of the same people hang out, and I've even seen them out together before. So
for a long time.
We have been beating them for a long time. Actually, we came to this garage after we won our Greater Volusia Tennis League finals against them. They beat us the year before in the finals, and then we beat them this year in the finals. And we came here with the team afterwards and had a celebratory drink and some food. So, but
Ormond's really a family-friendly town. There's about 44,000 people that live in Ormond, and what did you say?
So 44,000 people. So we have 30,000 in New Smyrna Beach. There's 70,000 in Daytona. So it is bigger than New Smyrna, although to me it doesn't really feel like it. But it residential and the mainland is larger. And
I think that's what it is. The mainland communities are a little bit bigger.
But it's only 39 square miles of space, and 18% of the population is on the water, which is
cool
pretty freaking awesome. And if you're looking for waterfront, you can find some really good deals, especially because the Halifax River, which is the intercoastal, has some houses that are on it that are really decently priced. I mean, you can find a waterfront home for $1 million or under. Not much under $1 million, but I mean, still with a big dock and riparian rights and things like that is
there nice. Are some waterfront deals to be made here. Now, waterfront here versus waterfront in New Smyrna Beach is a different story.
Oh yeah, a different story completely. This is probably out of all the areas that we cover, Edgewater, New Smyrna, Port Orange, Ponce Inlet,
Daytona.
Daytona Beach Shores, and Ormond Beach. Ormond is the most similar to New Smyrna Beach of all of them.
I would agree with
We
that.
have 30,000 people in New Smyrna Beach. They have 44,000 people here. I don't know what our square miles is, but I know that it's not that much smaller than Ormond Beach.
Yeah.
They do have a lot of shops and boutiques here. Now, they don't have a canal or a Flagler Avenue, sort of. They do out here, but this is a busy street. So there's not like, it's not like super walkable like Flagler is and Canal Street is, but still tons of stuff to do here. Some great, awesome homes. And this is a place that you want to come with a family. We're A-rated schools in this area. So
oh yeah, let's talk about that. So Volusia County Schools is an A-rated school district now.
We just got the text message because our daughter is in Volusia County School. We just got the text message first time since 1993. Every school in the district of Volusia County is A-rated school, and
which
that's
is
phenomenal.
Just super news. They have made such strides to work on education, and I mean, if you're looking to move to Central Florida, this part of like Volusia County is where it's
yeah,
at
for sure. And again, it's beach living, but without the Rachel was talking about nightlife, but also like you don't have to worry about really spring break. You don't have to really worry about bike week. I mean, you're so close to that stuff if you want to pop over there.
But you're removed from it.
But we just went out to the beach, and there was a family of maybe 10 or 12, and then there was only a couple other people on the entire beach in the middle of the afternoon. I mean, it's pretty awesome. We drove by the old owner of Hawaiian Tropic, had his house in Ormond Beach, so another really popular person. Not maybe as popular as Don Rockefeller, but maybe he contributed as much.
He might have.
Depending on who you talk to. So.
No, but Ormond is nice. It's quieter over here.
A lot of museums, a lot of museums. There's a Hershey ice cream place, which is pretty awesome. I mean, I like chocolate and I like ice cream, so.
A lot of antique stores, too.
A lot of antique stores, yeah. And then let's talk about, it was the original home of the Timucuan Indians.
Oh,
and, yeah, in the 1500s. And so there is a park up the street, I'm going to refer to it real quick. Their villages were along, we have been there, along the Tomoka River and the Halifax River, because all the resources and the fishing, and there's a lot of citrus down there, and so, because we're in subtropical atmospheres. So we're just talking about the history. So the Timucuan Indians in the 1500s settled here. It's just, there's a lot of stuff to do here. I mean, this is outdoor living for sure. This is active lifestyle. Average age is 57. So average resident age is 57. A real nice mix of homes and condos. Really, I mean, under $500,000 for the average home. So we're still really within reason. Now, the closer you get to the ocean and the intracoastal, the more expensive your house is going to go up. And I mean, houses can range. I think the Hawaiian Tropic house was, I don't remember, it was multi-millions of dollars when it went on the market.
But it's also right on the beach.
Right on the beach, and it's like 5 houses together combined.
Yeah, it was
so
giant.
Lots of stuff here, but this is a really, really cool place. And we want to just come to a local spot, talk about some of the things, who it's for, what you're going to see in the area. And I think we're going to do a pros and cons video here not too long, and then hopefully some neighborhood tours, like top neighborhoods in the area. And we can tour specifically some neighborhoods, because I am a real estate agent. We get calls, texts, and emails every day from people just like you wanting to move to the beach. And I say that and it just comes out naturally, but I tell you, my phone does ring and get text messages and emails every day from people like you. And it's awesome. I love it. I've serviced people just recently, Colorado City, Salt Lake, Utah, Kentucky, don't know where in Kentucky, Raleigh, North Carolina, somebody locally that was just watched our videos for one of our new developments that we did, somebody that came over from the Villages, which is in the middle of the state. So we do get phone calls, emails, and text messages all the time from people like you wanting to move to the beach. And so we want to help out. We want to make these things as educational as possible while pushing the real estate side, because that's what I do. I'm a real estate agent. So anyway, we're going to get to our food. I'm going to show it real quick, and then hopefully, everything that we've done and talked about today, you guys enjoyed.
All right, so we are ending our video today in Ormond Beach here at the beach, which is the reason you want to move to Florida, to move to one of our beach towns. You got to see some parks that are here in Ormond, some historical areas. We did some driving by some really great areas for you guys to purchase in, and just a general overview of what Ormond Beach is like. So if you're interested in moving to Ormond Beach or any of the other surrounding areas like New Smyrna Beach, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We get phone calls, emails, text messages from people just like you every day looking to move to the beach. So please like, subscribe, and we'll see you on our next video.